What's up, guys? Tanjim here. Today I am going to be talking about the big Spider-Man, I guess you could say, controversy that has been going around in the past several days, weeks, months. I guess you could say it's been going on for a while, and I just had to give my thoughts on it because it's gotten so. I guess it's gotten so big and almost to the point where it's almost ridiculous to a lot of the I don't know what you would call them. I guess the news and rumors and speculations and all this that has been going on with Spider-Man and the franchise and Marvel and Marvel Studios and Sony and all this stuff that has just been flying with. Not just in comic circles, but in the media, in Hollywood, it's just been going all over the place. So if you want to listen to a really good podcast, CBC Comic Book Cast has a really good podcast that they just uploaded a while ago, a couple hours, maybe about an hour or so ago, and maybe they even talked about it earlier on their podcast. I have a link in the description below, and they go over what's been going on in more detail. But I'm going to give you a bit of the synopsis real quick. Basically, what's been going on is that we've had Sony. I don't know if it was leaked out purposely or if they were hacked or whatever like that, but a lot of emails and stuff like that have been going on, have surfaced as far as the Spider-Man franchise has gone, and even more like Hollywood stuff. But it pertains to a lot of the Spider-Man franchise and the people within the circles within the Spider-Man franchise, and it's really looking bad for Sony. And I don't know, man. I don't know. It's really in poor taste. As far as Sony goes, Sony's looking really, really bad right now. As far as their movie side goes, their gaming side is safe for now. I think it's pretty safe to say that Sony, as far as their gaming side, is in pretty good hands. But their movie side right now isn't looking too good right now. So this brings up what's been going on. Okay, so why all this stuff? So first off, let me say this. We all know Civil War, Captain America 3 Civil War is coming out. But those of you that have read Civil War know that Spider-Man pretty much plays an essential part in that storyline. Now, the bad thing about it is that Sony owns the rights to Spider-Man. Okay, they own the character as far as the movie stuff goes. And fans have been wanting, not just fans too, Marvel themselves have been wanting to put Spider-Man on the big screen in their universe. However, Sony's been kind of greedy, and they've been wanting more money and more just more their input on this stuff. And Marvel's been trying to work with them. From as far as I've been I understand Marvel's been trying to work with them and even giving them more than their share of finances and stuff like that as far as intellectual stuff, but I guess Sony has been shooting themselves in the foot. And it's not just Sony, it's some other parties involved, but it's looking bad for Sony because there's people involved, namely Andrew Garfield, Emma Stone, Sam Raimi, all these different players, actors and directors and just other people involved that have really not nice things to say about Sony right now, to the point where there's people that are just not willing to work for Sony at all, Sony Pictures at all, and that's very troublesome because Spider-Man is really their only big franchise left, and for people not wanting to work for Sony on what is arguably one of the biggest comic book characters of all time to be reduced to basically no one wants to work on that movie for him. It's the equivalent of basically saying, okay, Warner Brothers is, doing this, saying all this and that to other people, and no one wants to work on Batman. That is how big it is. And to be honest, it's sad. It's really, really sad to see all this. Rumors and speculation has been flying as far as what Sony could do, what Sony is gonna do with it, what can they do with it, with this franchise right now. Some people have speculated that they're going to be doing another reboot, which is, in my opinion, is a horrible, horrible idea. If they do another reboot, it's going to be the death of the franchise. We've already seen two reboots of the origin story. We don't need to see a third. People are going to be sick of it already, and they're not going to want to go see it. No matter how good it is, the people are not going to want to go see it. And we're not going to see Andrew Garfield. It looks like we're not going to see Andrew Garfield as Spider-Man again because, well, like I said, it's just bad dealings with Sony right now. Some other ideas have been flying around as far as the Sinister Six team up with Spider-Man, and they're going to be, fighting against Venom and Carnage. That has been thrown around. An all-woman Spider-Man group has been thrown around. All this other stuff has been thrown around. The only thing that I really haven't heard from, at all, is maybe doing Spider-Man 2099 or Spider-Man Noir. Props to my man Ronnie K, who actually thought of this idea, who I think is a really good idea for them, who might, for Sony, hey, just do an alternate version of Spider-Man. I think that's actually a really good idea. But I don't think Sony's gonna go for it. There's all kinds of this big event right now in the Marvel comics right now that is Spider-Universe or Spider-Verse, and that seems like a really good comic idea to have all these different universes, Spider-Man from different universe, and just do this big thing, this really, really huge thing. And I think that would be really great for Sony if they were able to have an idea. But to me, honestly, it does not. It looks like they're out of ideas because they want to do another reboot, which is like I said, it's a horrible idea. So now it begs the question. I'm gonna leave this to you guys, and this is kind of an important question. If Sony decides to not work with Marvel and kind of go off and do their own thing, are we, as far as cinematic universes go, are we going to see the death of the Spider-Man franchise? I honestly think if Sony is being buttheaded about this, we're going to see the end of it. We're not going to ever see a Spider-Man movie, for quite a long time if Sony decides to go this route. I don't, as much as I want them to work with Marvel, I don't see them working with Marvel. I don't see Spider-Man going on, being in the same universe as Captain America and Iron Man, and I don't see them sharing the screen together. I honestly don't. As much as I want them to, I don't think it's gonna happen. I don't think it's gonna happen, and it's really sad. It's really, really sad to see that. And as far as the Marvel Universe goes, Dan Slott's I heard he's been doing really good stuff with the Spider-Man stuff right now, and Spider-Verse and all this and that. But Joel in the podcast kind of brought up a good point. Is that, or even not Joel, one of the other guys, Joe, I think Joe brought that up. Is that the other Spider-Mans from the different universes and stuff like that, even superior Spider-Gwen, which I might think about picking that up, Spider-Gwen, is that they're more popular than Peter Parker right now. We're kind of seeing the sort of Parker being pushed off, and all these other Spider-Men are coming to the forefront. Where does that leave the Parker Spider-Man? I don't know. It's sort of looking like we might see, basically, not to be kind of cliche, but it kind of is. We're kind of seeing the end of the Peter Parker era. And basically Spider-Man no more. It's looking like that. We're not. It's looking like that to me. I don't know. Maybe I'm just doom and gloom, but to me it's looking really bad for Spider-Man right now. So yeah, that's all what I really wanted to discuss. I'm gonna leave it up to you guys in the comments below. What do you guys think about this? To me, it's not looking good as far as Spider-Man on the cinematic side, and on the Marvel side, it's not looking so bad. But the trends are what they are right now, basically. So there you have it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I don't know what else is gonna be coming up next, and let me know what you guys think about like as far as like upcoming graphic novels and stuff like that. What did you want me to read or want me to get, and all this and that. I don't know. I'm kind of thinking maybe breaking my vow as far as not reading Spider-Man anymore, because there's a lot of stuff that I really want to read, especially that Spider-Gwen stuff. I don't know. I might not break that vow. We'll see. But yeah, that's it, guys. I hope you guys have a great holiday if I don't see you guys then. And if I do, then it'll be probably for something else, maybe more Spider-Man related news. I don't know. I don't know. I'm bumming it. So yeah. All right, guys. Talk to you guys soon, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.